Alright, so just doing some testing here. I want to check my my readings here. ECMLink showing 8.5. As far as the rich side, I've got, you see it, 8.0. That's telling me I may have to adjust my voltage readings. I've got it in the gas soaked rag over here at the moment. So we're going to pull it out. So we're going to pull it out of the rag, put it in free air. See what we got there. Yeah, we can see it starting to come on up. Sorry, I know I got sunlight in there. I got 18.2. It is actually getting leaner here on the gauge than what it does on the laptop. I don't know why it's taking so long to drop off. It may just be some residual fumes in there. It's having to gradually get off. It's getting there, still at 18.2 with ECMLink. So I may have to play around with that a little bit. See if I can get those numbers to match a little bit closer. At least on the rich end. I don't know if ECMLink will read any leaner, but that's something I'll be looking at. See what I can do. Because obviously here we can get pretty lean before it maxes out. So, alright, so here we are. I just took that video footage just that you saw just a moment ago. Trying to see if I can play with the numbers here a little bit to get everything to match. As you can see in the video over here, I had about 8.06. I'm at 8.0 over here. I'm just playing with the numbers a little bit. I'm just going to double click on my the wideband parameter, and I'm just playing with the numbers. Now the little booklet that AEM gives you, they'll give you a chart as far as the numbers that you can plug in for the different voltages to get those to match, which is your little instruction booklet, and I use those to basically get it pretty close to where I needed it. And I'm just doing my lambda and my voltages, and all I'm doing is messing with just my voltages right now. You can play with both or either. I'm just playing with my max voltages just to see where it would get me. And for my, let's see, I think I played with my minimum lambda. On this one, I meant to mess with the voltage here. I had the minimum of 0.5. I think I accidentally messed with the lambda, but either way, so long as the readings are correct, I got 8.0. And you can play with these. I'll show you and try and get it close to where you want it. So we'll say 0.50 here, for example, and click apply, and that will directly change your readings here. So 7.4. So if I was using, let me pull my little chart back up over here and get it back up into that page. If I was using that chart for my minimum lambda, let's see, 0.58. So we'll change that 0.58, which is what it had me suggesting to use. I'm at 8.6. That's what I had originally. Okay, well, obviously my video is showing 8.0. Okay, so I'm just going in and changing those. I'm going to just try and change my voltage this time. We'll try we'll just say 0.45. See what that does for us. Apply and okay. That's 8.8. I think I went the wrong way, so I need to go higher on my voltage. We'll say 5.4, and that got us down to 8.4. So you just keep playing with these until it gives you the number that you need. I'll just put 0.6, see where that gets us. Okay, the 8.1, so we're getting close there. So I'll double click it again at 0.6 or 0.61. See if that gets us down to where we need. Apply, okay. So now we're at where we need to be on the low end. So then what I do, well, I'll drag over my log here. This was 18.2, I think, that it was reading in my video. If you saw, we're going to drag my video footage over here. Let's see, where were we at? So I'm concerned about what the gauge reads, because that's what we're trying to get to, or not the gauge. Well, I want to see what ECMLink says here. So let's play the video here for just a moment, and we'll stop it when it leans out, and we'll see what it says. Getting close to that leaned out portion of the video, and this is what you can do for future reference. If I can just get to where we were showing the laptop there, and then after that we'll change the numbers there. See if I can speed it along. Sorry, it's taking a little bit. So I got 18.2. That's what we had. So let's see, let me get back on that. 18.2, that's what we had. Obviously the gauge showed leaner than that. So what I'm wanting to see, at 24, I think I went all the way to, when we got all the way towards the end of the video, I was at, where was I? I think it was like 29.2, I believe. You can look through the video if I can't get there, because it'll probably take all day. See where we're at. We'll just hit play real quick and just see where we're at. 29.2 is what I saw last. So then I'm just going to do the same thing over here on the top end, even though it showed 18.2 previously, and I basically just put my voltages here down to 2.4, where the chart was saying, let's see, on the minimum, on the high end, I think we had 4.5 for 18 air fuel ratio. For the gasoline, we got 18 and 4.5. I'm at currently 2.4 to get what was matching on the gauge at that number there, which has us, if I had that right, I may have to mess with it some, because I remember I just messed with my other voltages for the minimum. But we'll play around with these. After I'm done, I'll go back out to the car. I may have to crank it up, see if everything matches, and then we'll go from there. But anyway, that's an easy way to do it if you've got video footage, and or at least you know what your numbers are, and then you just play with it as you're playing with these numbers here. It'll correlate to your actual readings here in ECMLink to get that going. So, but I'll play with the numbers, get them to see if I can match what's in the video, and then we'll try and fire it back up and see where we're at then. So, all right, so back at it again. We're gonna see what our readings are. I just gotta reach in here and turn my key on. All right, we're gonna wait for it to heat up. I'm gonna go ahead and connect the ECMLink. Go ahead and start a stream, and we should be running pretty lean. We're just gonna take a moment. You probably see my reflection there. See my beautiful face in there. Got 5.3. I don't know that that's going to be accurate there. We'll see once it starts hitting, or once it starts, once it wakes up. We'll see what kind of reading we have. Okay, so I got the 29.3. That was I had 29.2 as the leanest I had seen, and then one tick up from that was 29.3, which would be the dash 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 dash. If you can see that. So now what I'm going to do, I've got my little gas soaked rag here. I'm going to put that in our rag. Hopefully that's hot enough to, or I mean not hot enough, hopefully that's enough. Yep, we got enough gas there. I believe we got about 8.3, 8.0, 8.0, 8.0. That is matching pretty good. I'm going to take it out one more time. Just get some free air. looking at that. And looking at ECMLink, I don't have them matching yet. Probably what I'm going to have to do is change the parameters back to where they had them and adjust from there while it's running. So far at the moment, all I did was change my my minimum volts. Got 3.1, 3.1. For whatever reason, my wideband isn't getting any leaner than this. Alright, so just want to end this video saying I don't know if I've got a sensor problem or whatever it is. I wouldn't say it's my voltage issue because, as you saw in the video, the fuel that I was having for my wideband was matching what was in ECMLink, and here I am letting off the throttle completely. I'm tapping the throttle and I should have a lean issue there. Now it does gradually go a little bit leaner, but as I pop the throttle, it's not going leaner as it should. It's going rich. So this is a brand new sensor. I don't know if it's just because maybe it's a generic sensor off Amazon or whatever the case. I would think it would still match accordingly. So I don't know. So I don't think it's a voltage issue. It may not even be an AEM issue. It may just be because it's a generic sensor off of Amazon. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to see what I can maybe do about getting a refund for that. I'm gonna have to look at getting into another sensor. Hopefully it's not AEM, but you know, that's where I'm at right now. Still not getting a lean condition like I am, and I'm not even worried about the voltage settings in ECMLink because everything is matching exactly right along with the gauge as it should. So that part's telling me everything's working correctly. I think I still have another sensor issue, but this one definitely shouldn't be bad because I just got it, just installed it, and basically these videos are the only ones that I've used to be able to to use the sensor. So if it's going bad that quickly, then there's definitely an issue. But I guess I'll have to see what I can do. Maybe email the vendor who I got the sensor from. Maybe just scrape up a little bit more money, get the sensor directly from AEM, make sure I've got the right one, see if that resolves the issue. Go from there. I guess when I have updates, I'll let you guys know. But until then, I'm dead in the water, and I guess I'll stop here. But just thought you guys might appreciate the information. I'll keep you posted and let you know what's going on. So, till then, y'all have a good one. All right, so I was about to end the video on the note thinking maybe I had a bad sensor, but then I got to thinking, I'm wondering if this 45 might be having an issue where maybe it's keeping exhaust fumes inside that little 45 there. So before any questions start popping up saying, hey, maybe, that might be the issue. And plus two, I don't really want to have to go through the hassle. I'm going to try and take that off, put the sensor itself into the exhaust, see if that eliminates the issue, and then that way we'll know one way or the other. And if that's the case, eventually down the road, I'll have to weld another bung. I'll cap this off and have the sensor welded at a different position. And until then, I'll just have to make sure this car stay garaged so I'm not getting all that condensation in there, and then I usually cover up my exhaust anyway when I'm done running. But I'll go ahead and take the sensor out, and we'll see where we're at. As soon as I get that out, put it back in, see if I can get a lean condition or not. If I don't, or if I do, I know that's the problem. If I don't, then I'm just going to be leaning towards a sensor issue. So let me get that out, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so right away I'm pulling the sensor out, and I don't know if you can see it or not, but it looks like I've got fuel down in my sensor. So maybe the readings are right, and I'm trying to figure out why I've got fuel in there. So I didn't think I had that much on the rag, so I'm coming down here looking, and I don't know if you can see in there, maybe not, but probably a little hard to see from here. But I do have a little pool of fluid down here I'm trying to focus in, but it just ain't gonna do it. But anyway, I've got a little bit of puddle of fuel down in that 45. So I think what's happening when I first start this up, I'm having any unburned fuel coming up and down into that little hole, or in the bung, which you can't see, it's probably too dark, but coming down into the hole and collecting down there. And I think that's what my issue is. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have to get rid of that 45, see if I can blow out my O2 sensor, get all that extra fuel out of it, hoping that doesn't cause a problem already. But I'm gonna blow that sensor out, get rid of that 45, install it directly in there, so then that way at least if the fuel comes out, it can run back down to the bottom versus collecting right there on the O2 sensor. And I'm just gonna have to get that issue corrected. So let me get that out. I'll blow out my sensor, throw it back in, and hope for the best. So guess we'll see. Alright, so I blew the sensor out. I don't know if you can see it any better now, but yeah, you should be able to see where it's sticking out now. So if anything is draining back, it's not going to go directly into the little holes of the sensor. I did blow it out, and I blew a bunch of, I don't know if it's water or fuel or whatever, but a bunch of whatever chemical it was blew out. So I've got it back in there without the 45. That's obviously not going to work. So obviously, apparently, bung placement is crucial as far as anything getting into the sensor. So I'm definitely going to have to weld another bung. I really hate to have to do it because I like where it's at right now as far as the aesthetics of it. But I'm going to have to put one on top eventually to get that resolved. So no other way around it, or just cut it out and weld it at an angle, maybe at a 45, so I don't have that issue. But anyway, time to get in, fire it up, and let's see what it does now. Cross my fingers. Okay, so take two. Well, DSM problems. I guess I'm right along there with Joe and Tom Noonan. Everybody else that has a bunch of DSM issues. So I guess that's part of it. Brand new parts, not want to work. So I guess the fuel or water, whatever condensation, whatever it was that's in the fuel, I guess it's made it go bad already. So story of my life. So I don't know if it's just the crap sensors or what, but I'm gonna have to go get a third one now. So but anyway, at least we know where we're at now. So guess when I get another sensor, I'll post another update. Hopefully that fixes the problem. I may just go ahead and relocate the bung where it's at, go from there, and hope I'm good to go from that point. But it just kind of sucks that short amount of time I just got the sensor and it's already bad. So can't win for losing. But anyway, I guess stay tuned for now. I ain't got nothing else for y'all until I get that going. So y'all have a good one once again.